your story is even crazier, right? I mean, being called Cuban is one thing, or, my favorite is you're not white, you're Jewish.
Did you see this story that went viral about Jews digging tunnels in Brooklyn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Under the synagogues and everything.
Yeah. So that is my synagogue. Like, that is my community synagogue. Yeah, those are guys I know. And it was the first time in my life that I'd been on the inside of a conspiracy theory. And it was so interesting to me because anyone in my community knows exactly what happened. First of all, it wasn't a tunnel. It's a synagogue in a basement level. They were digging adjacent to it in an non-sanctioned attempt to expand the synagogue. That was the story, okay? And
right.
What was so astounding to me, like, that was it, beginning, end, right? Was it bad that guys were breaking the wall of a synagogue? Yes. But was it tunnels? And no. And so what was so interesting to me is I didn't mind all of the people guessing what was going on, even the anti-Semitic spins on it. Like, what I found so interesting was people that had hundreds of thousands of followers and putting out tweets that got 20 million views with stating facts that absolutely had nothing to do with reality. And there's no way that they could have heard that from somebody that thought that was reality, because I know the story and I know that there's no connection. So this one guy was like, these tunnels have been found, things have been taken, it's now almost certain that these were used for sex trafficking, things were taken to forensics, there was this, that, and the other, and none of that had any connection to reality. And go guess from today till tomorrow, go figure out, wild. Like, guys were like, so it's Chabad. I'm sure you're familiar with Chabad, right? So it's like the headquarters of Chabad. So they thought, another Chabad, because we have 5,000 centers. There's another Chabad. So they thought it was the same Chabad that happens to be a couple blocks from Jeffrey Epstein's house. So the tunnel was obviously going from Jeffrey Epstein's house to Chabad. It was like wild.
Let me ask you a question, Mendel. Other than X, where did you read about this?
Other than X, where did I read about this? I'm not really on anything else except LinkedIn. I'm not really on X either. But yeah, to your point, nowhere. Well, the Post had it. Like, a lot of papers carried it. That's the truth.
Well, they carried that there was a tunnel, but they didn't carry all the conspiracy side of it, did they?
No.
They actually tried to do reporting, right? So, they try to get to the bottom of it. Sometimes they get it, sometimes they don't. But the point of asking the question is, that's what X has become. And that's what the algorithm's designed to do, in my opinion. And the way the algorithm worked last time I read it in August is whoever has the most reach and the most impact, whoever has the most reach and most followers has the most impact on what you see based off the algorithm. And that's why when you're on X, when people talk about, well, I just signed up for an account and I'm getting shown a whole lot of right-wing or right-leaning accounts to follow without them knowing anything about me. That's why. And obviously, Elon does nothing to stop it. I don't know if you saw the anti-Semitic post that I retweeted. It wasn't because, my skin is thin and I was bothered by it. I'm used to it, right? Like we all are at some level. But I just wanted other people to see just what's going on, and to your point, your story is even crazier, right? I mean, being called Cuban is one thing, or, my favorite is you're not white, you're Jewish. That's fine, right? I want to know who the idiots are. I don't have a problem with them being on Twitter. I prefer when they have blue check marks because that means there's a credit card you could tie it back to. But I don't care. But in your case with your story, my goodness, just the way they took it and ran with it, and probably the Post read about it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what led them to investigate it further. That's what X has become.